Okay, hi. I'm having such a hard time making this video. This is my third try. So some of you guys, this is Stephanie, so hi. If some of you guys don't know, some of you guys may know me as StephBays101 on Twitter. Some of you guys may know me as Carlos's Worldwide Girl from September 1st, 2012. And this is the video about my concert experience that happened July 23rd. I got VIP, so this is about like the meet and greet and what happened and everything else. Okay, so starting from when I got there, I've never been to this venue, so I had no clue. So when I got up there, went to the wrong line, and then apparently I was talking to Alec, the trainer. So everyone knows Alec. It's like Alec or Alex, but it's Alec because that's a C. So Alec, the trainer. And I was like, there's like two separate ways. There's like an entrance and then there's like a VIP desk. And so I didn't know, and so Alec points me in the right direction. And so I went. So I was like, oh my god, thank you. And so I went to the table and I saw Dustin sitting there because Dustin like gives you your ticket or whatever. And so I was like, so my mom walks me up to see if I'm okay, like just to make sure, because I'm the only one that was going in at the time. Because I bought one VIP package, so it was just me going in early. And so I'm in the line at like 3:30. You have to be there by 3:20, but it was raining out, so it was okay. I wasn't missing anything. And the other thing is that we did hear like the boys like warming up, but yeah. So I walked up to the table and they were like, "Oh, like, what's your name?" And I was like, "Stephanie," and then my last name. And they handed me the little VIP lanyard thing, the little laminate thing that's on around your neck. And then so they said, "Oh, you can go over to Justin and get your ticket." And so I walk over and he's like sitting right there. He has like an arm thing on and a knee thing on. And apparently he fell, not at this concert, but he fell at like one the day before or something. So, staying there and I'm so excited. Oh my god! And he's just like, oh, he was so sweet. Doesn't matter if you say, oh my god, like you're freaking out. He's like, oh, you're gonna have a blast. You're gonna have fun. And I was shaking. And I said, oh, I made a picture for you. And he's like, oh, really? Did you? And I was like, yeah. And so I handed him the picture. He's like, oh, thank you so much. And I was like, you're welcome. And then I showed him the picture of when I was a Worldwide Girl. And he's like, oh my god, I'm so happy that you experienced that. He's like, that was really nice of Carlos. I was like, yeah, it was. And so he gave me my ticket, and then before I walked away, I was like, are you taking pictures now? And he's like, no. He's like, probably after the meet and greet or whatever. So I was like, okay. So he's like, just keep an eye out for me or whatever. And I was like, alright. And so I'm like running. He's like, so then there's this guy. He's like, do you know where you're going? And I was like, no. I was like, this is my first time. And he's like, oh, okay. He's like, go up to the building. Like, there's like stairs, like a patio. And he's like, well, go up to there and go inside. And I was like, okay. And so I go in there, and I think my mom, like, no. So it was just me, sorry. So I walk in, and there's like a couple of guards in there, and I'm like, am I in the right spot? And they're like, yeah, you're in the exact right spot. I'm like, well, we're gonna keep you fans in here for a few minutes until the rain dies down or whatever. So, and we could hear the like boys like warming up or singing or whatever. So everyone was like looking at out the window to see if they could see them. So I saw like a bunch of girls by the window, and I was like, hey guys, like, do you mind if I walk around with you guys or whatever, or hang with you guys till everything starts? And they're like, oh sure, like. And then one of them like looked at me, and I was like, were you Carlos's Worldwide Girl on September 1st or whatever, or last tour? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, and then another one was like, you're StephBays101 from Twitter, right? I was like, yeah, that's me. And they're like, oh, well, nice to meet you. And so it was really great. So I made a lot of friends and I got recognized there. Um, so we were waiting, and then like Dustin was in there, and we were like talking to him, and I was like, I really hope you like my picture because I made it for you. And he was like, yeah. He's like, I still have it. I was like, okay. And then people were like asking Dustin for pictures, and he only had time to take 2 or 3. And so then he was like, "Oh, come on, like let's start heading out to sound check or whatever." So everyone walked outside to sound check, and so I was like, I can't remember. I wasn't like super close, but like it's like one to the middle, so I was like more of in the middle. And so they were answering questions, and they sung like "Windows Down" and a couple of other songs. And so it was just great. It was just completely great. I can't believe I liked it. I wasn't really. At the time, I was completely happy, screaming, everything else. I wasn't really crying. I was shaking and really happy inside, but I wasn't really on the verge of tears yet. And so after the sound check was over, they do row by row, and then they have you line up outside for the meet and greet. And so I wasn't really. I was like more of the in the middle of the line. I wasn't really in the very back. And so when the guys came over in a golf cart, and the fans were screaming, and I cried when I saw them. Because it doesn't hit you till you're actually in line, realizing that you're gonna be meeting them, and especially when you see them getting ready to go into the building to meet you, you like freak out. And so I was like freaking out, and I was like, "Oh my God, she's crying!" And so some girls were like hugging me, like, don't cry, it's gonna be okay." And so I stopped crying outside, and then when I got inside and I could just see them taking pictures, I started crying and like sobbing. It was really bad. Everyone was like looking at me, like not bad, but like I was just like really, really crying. I was like sobbing, and so my friends like were hugging me again. They're like, "Oh my God, it's okay, it's okay." They're like, "Oh," they're like, "Don't cry, you're gonna make me cry," like all the other stuff. And so I like just could not believe it. I just was completely like just shocked. And trust me, I've never met them before. I've never been to a meet and greet. I've never been to a VIP. I've never been backstage. So this is the first time. Besides being on stage. On stage is different than meeting them. Because you don't get to see them as a group. You don't get to really talk to them. You don't get to take pictures and everything else. So it's a completely different experience. And some people on Twitter have been comparing it to that, and it's not. Trust me, I'm happy. I'm still happy I'm a worldwide girl, and I'll always be that, no matter if I'm picked once or twice. I will always be known as a worldwide girl, and I'm happy I was picked. So anyways, so the time is coming closer and closer, and my heart's pounding in my chest, and I'm shaking, and I don't know what to do with myself. And then so it was only me on the order, because there was a certain pass that they would give you. Like I guess the square one was like a group one, and the circle one was an individual one. But since I was the only person on the order, it was just me. And Justin looks at me and he goes, "Go ahead." So I walk up, and I'm gonna start crying. So I walk up to for Carlos, and I was like, "Hi, Carlos," and he's like, "Hi." Sorry, I'm getting really emotional. I was like, "Hi, I was your worldwide girl." And he's like, "Oh, what date?" And I was like, "September 1st." And he was like, nice to see you again." And so I just like smiled. And then next was James. And so I hugged James, and I told some people on Twitter that I like blacked out. It was after I hugged James. I couldn't see, like not fainted, but I like couldn't see. My vision was completely blurry and fuzzed out, and I couldn't see Logan and Kendall. Uh, so so I felt bad. I skipped over Kendall. I mean not Kendall. I mean Logan. So if Logan or if anyone from Big Time Rush watches this, I just want you to know that I'm sorry. I completely got myself so excited. So, um, so I, so then after that, you know, I just was like kind of standing in the middle. I didn't know what to say, and then like my hearing started going, like I couldn't hear anything. So, you know, that's just what happens when you get yourself so excited. So it's just I just completely like blacked out, like not fainted, but like just got myself so excited that I couldn't see or hear anything. So I was just like standing there, and so so I just kind of turned around and I like put my arms around. So James is like on my my right side, and then Logan was on my left. And so I just kind of like, so I looked down and I like looked up, and I was like just kind of looking around. I was scared to tell them I couldn't see, because you know I didn't want to waste their time because they have a certain time crunch, so I didn't want to tell them I couldn't see. And so I'm sitting there, and so obviously I can kind of still kind of see the shapes, and so I'm looking at them, and they're like posing, and so I look up, and they're like my glasses are falling off, and Kendall was like, your glasses, so he fixes them for me, and then they're like up here, like you know, like trying to like get me to look up, so I look up and I smile, and oh my god, like this is just giving me butterflies, and so after my picture, I was just kind of, so when I gave James a hug, and I was like starting to cry again because I hugged him twice, and he's my favorite. I love them all so much, but James is my favorite, and so then after that, I was just kind of like starting to walk away. I was getting really lightheaded, really dizzy, like just felt like I was gonna pass out from being so excited because that was a really big moment. I've never been to a meet and greet for any celebrity. I've never been to a VIP before, so this was extremely important and special to me. And so, uh, so I still really couldn't see, and I feel really bad. Like I said, I kind of didn't really see Logan, and so I was trying to like hurry out before I like pass out, and so Kendall like leans in and like sticks his arm out, and so I give him a hug, and he had like all his Spider-Man stuff on, and I was like, oh my god. I didn't really realize what any of them were wearing until I looked at my picture, and so they were all, you know, very handsome as always, and they're so perfect up close, like you just can't help but cry, and so so then as I was walking out, I turned around and I said, I love you, James, and he like looked at me, and he's like, oh, I love you too, sweetie, and like after that, I lost it. I could not hold anything in anymore. So before I walked up to Carlos, I kind of stopped crying, but I was still like really freaking out. And then I started crying again when James said as soon as James said he loved me too, I like could not hold anything back. I like so I like literally like 5 steps, you know, I was at the table where you put all your gifts and your bags and stuff so they're not in the picture. Right at the end of the table, I just like sat down and started crying, like just full on, like sobbing. And I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, like just really freaking out. Let's say I was frantic. And I didn't see any other fans being like that, so I felt really bad. And when I was on the floor, the guys were looking at me, and I was like, they looked like they wanted to do something, but you know, they still have to keep meeting fans and stuff. And then a woman, which is a guard, was like, sweetie, you gotta keep moving, you have to get up and move on, blah blah blah. And so I stood up as best as I could, and I like leaned over the table, still crying. I was like leaned over, and then I like stood up, and then I grabbed my bag, and then guess what? I forgot my ticket on the table. So I got all the way outside, and I was like, so I ran back to a guard that was outside, and I said I left my ticket inside, and there's still people in line. So she's like, go get your VIP bag or whatever, which is this is what comes in, and so it's a shirt and a bag, so it's like this, so it's really cool. And then I was calling my mom all frantic, and then so after that I went back to get my bag. I meant to get my ticket, and so I was escorted back in, and the woman gave me my ticket, and so that was about it. So that's how my meet and greet went. It went very fast because I was really excited, and I didn't really want to freak out too badly, and I didn't want to faint. I didn't want to do anything. So I feel bad. You know, I was rushing myself because I didn't want to, you know, make a big deal about it. So people who saw me on Twitter, my hair was down in my picture, and I had those black glasses on. This is my picture. Okay, my picture is this. So if no one saw my picture, this is what it is. I stood in between Logan and James, and then since James is my favorite, I did this. I zoomed in and screenshotted it. Now take a good look and tell me that we're not cute, because we have like the same exact glasses. And his hand is on my shoulder, like, oh my god. Oh my god. When I got my picture on the website, I screamed. See, look. That's his hand. Right there. It's like almost touching my hair, and then our glasses. We had like almost the same glasses on. So, it was great, just great. And my arms are around James. And this is really weird. I'm not trying to point it out to be weird, but he had his phone in his pocket. See the shape? He must have just put his phone in his pocket. So it was great. It was just great. Just great. Someone keeps calling me during this video. I'm sorry, guys. Alright, well, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. And I hope, sorry for the little tears there earlier. So this was totally great sharing it with you. I did hang out with another band. They're called Kick It, so check it out. It's Colin and two other guys. Colin, Danny, and then like another person. So most definitely check them out. They're sweet people. You know, I got some pictures with them, and they tweeted me, and so it was great. Not Big Time Rush, Kick It. The group Twitter of Kick It tweeted me. So it's really great. The whole concert's great. If you get to experience the concert, it's just great. You should most definitely get a ticket, even just a ticket, just to go. Even if you have no interest in meeting them. It's very great, well put together. Just to warn you, Victoria Justice's set is very bright. I was getting really bad headaches during her set because her lights are like just so blinding, and they flash, they're like strobe, and she picked really good songs. I will say her songs were great. She did like all the ones I know. like her top hits or whatever. So if you listen to Victoria Justice, she sings like "Make It in America," "Make It Shine," "Best Friend's Brother," "Gold," and I think she sings "Shake," and so she does like all those songs. So you should most definitely go to her and then go to the concert and enjoy the music, like Jackson and Olivia and Victoria Justice. So it's very great, very, very fun. So you should most definitely check it out. Bye, guys. Comment, rate, and subscribe, and you can tweet me or message me or comment below with any questions. So, bye.